I had to get up super early this morning. I have a little bit of a road trip planned. It is right around 5 o'clock and I just got done giving all of the horses their breakfast. It is still pitch black outside and Tiny was really suspicious as to why I was in her barn so early this morning. But if I want to get to where I'm going on time, I need to leave as soon as possible. I already have the trailer hooked up and I put a few supplies in last night, but I'm just gonna go around and give her a once over before I leave. The little trip I'm taking today is a few hours away. I'm gonna go ahead and check all of the lights, even the ones inside, just to make sure they're working. I'm gonna plop a little bag of hay inside just in case I need it later. And it seems like I'm ready to hit the road right after I turn the interior lights off. Although I did have to peel my eyeballs open very early this morning, I think in the end it was worth it. Even though I'm on the road for a few hours this morning, the sunrise is gorgeous. I have finally finished my second cup of coffee for the day and I'm starting to feel a little bit more awake. I'm sure you guys are probably wondering just where I'm heading off to this morning. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I've been looking for a pasture mate for Skeletor for the summer. He needs to stay nice and chill and calm so his suspensory ligament can heal properly. There is a gigantic horse sale this morning and I'm hurrying so I get enough time to preview the horses that I'm interested in before they go through the sale ring. I actually am running a little bit behind this morning even though I was up so early. The auction is starting at 8 a.m. and that is what time I pulled into the parking lot, unfortunately. I had to wiggle my way through to the very back parking lot so I could find a spot. When I finally parked, I was ready to head out and look at the horses. This sale does not allow videoing of the horses, but there were a few different ones that I was interested in. There was a big group of seemingly wild horses. They will not make a good companion for Skeletor, so as much as I'd love to have another Scarlet right now, I just couldn't bid on any of those. I did find an older gray gelding with a lameness issue, but when he went through the ring, he sold for over $2,000, so I did not buy him. There were also a lot of really cute prospects. I could not help myself and I did bid on a few of those, but none of them stayed within my price range. The market seemed pretty strong for good using horses and older riding horses, even if they had some issues. When it was all said and done, I ended up bidding on around 12 horses and I didn't win any of them. The ones that seemed perfect, I didn't get a good enough look at earlier, so I left the sale empty-handed. In preparation for today's activities, I did order a bunch of stuff online from Tractor Supply. I thought it was finally time I put some of the gift cards I've been getting off my wish list to good use. I saw the cutest little halter that I think would work perfect for Nigel, but they didn't have any in stock. I picked up a brush and a new pair of gloves and petered around the store just to kind of see what they had. I bought some things in preparation for the new horse that I didn't end up buying. They put everything on a pallet for me and loaded it into my trailer, which was super nice.
What's up, buddy? Come here, come here, come here.
When I finally got home, Huckleberry had tons of energy.
Skelly!
And Skeletor was not too happy he was trying to steal his Jolly Ball.
Sorry, buddy. Hey!
I am a little bit disappointed I spent all day away from home and ended up not being able to bring a new horse back.
Come on. Careful, buddy.
I think a nice calming presence for Skeletor would have been perfect because he is getting a little bit bored by himself now. The kind of sale I go to is really hard to plan what you're going to find. You really don't have any idea what people are going to bring, so it's a little bit of a surprise. I will go ahead and show you guys everything I brought home with me. It looks like Huckleberry is ready to inspect everything as well. I do think Skeletor thinks that there might be a horse in here. But I think he'll be equally as excited to see that most of this is food for him. Whatever horse I find for Skeletor is probably going to be on the older side, so I ordered a bunch of senior feed. I am going to try it out for Nigel as well because he's starting to turn his nose up at my special mash. I got Nigel a variety of beet pulp to try.
Whoa!
It's actually probably a good thing I didn't get a horse because I don't know how I would have gotten them in the trailer with all of the things that I ordered. It seems like Huckleberry is checking the pallet for mice.
Crazy dog.
He is definitely a little bit wound up from not getting very much exercise today. Skeletor has been trotting around a few steps here and there, and I noticed he doesn't look terribly lame, which is good, but he still does need to keep it pretty quiet for a few more months. In preparation for me to start working Studman, he did get a fancy new pair of shoes the other day. I did really want to film it for you guys, but it is a little bit tricky with the glue and everything, so I'll do it next time, I think. Thankfully, I figured I would be pretty tired when I got home, so I did prepare a bunch of dinners.
Studman. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
I've been feeding Studman outside, but I really do have to get him eating from a hay net again because he's being a pretty big slob about it. Prim is still changing colors every day. I think she's probably got about a week left and then she'll have her whole summer coat come in. I am really excited to see what color she is this year. It is starting to sprinkle a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and start moving all of this feed inside. Tiny still seemed pretty upset that I was off schedule today. I was gone for around 12 hours, which isn't normal on a typical day. I think she may have been a little bit worried about me. Either that or she just wants me to turn on the shaky plate for her.
Tiny. Hello, Tiny.
I really appreciate all you guys sending me things from my wish list. There are a lot of times when the only thing on there are gift cards. Since I've been doing this for so long, there are very few things that I don't already have for the horses. Every once in a while, I'll put something up there that I'm running out of for you guys to get me if you would like. But I think most horse people can relate when I say the biggest expense that I have is the feed for these guys. So those gift cards work perfect because I can save them up and go out and get a big load all at once. So everyone that's been sending me gift cards, I really, really appreciate it. Even though Studman has been on pretty much free choice grass hay, he has been losing a bit of weight, which he definitely needed to. His hair is still shedding out as well. A lot of times when I feed him his hay dinner, he doesn't even come in to eat it. And it does look like Tiny just wants me to turn the shaky plate on for her. She is such a little diva. I'm going to get on the plate after I'm done with everything this evening, so she's just going to have to wait. This pellet is pretty cool. It's actually alfalfa and beet pulp in one pellet. I tried it out this winter and it didn't break down fast enough when it was cold out, so I'm going to give it another shot now that it's warmed up. It is made from a meal instead of tiny pieces of alfalfa, so it does turn into a little bit of a paste when it's soaked. But Frisco Bill will gobble that right up, and maybe Nigel will not turn his nose up at it. The same company also makes beet pulp pellets, so I got a few bags of those as well. It's kind of tricky because a lot of times when I go to buy feed, they are sold out at different places. The local feed store hardly ever has this Renew Gold in stock, so I got a few bags. Skeletor has also started losing weight on the grass hay, even though he has it available 24/7. So this is a good source of cool calories that won't make him crazy, but hopefully will enable him to keep a better body condition while he's on his little bit of a rest. Huckleberry doesn't know it yet, but I did get him a bunch of dentist sticks when I was at the Tractor Supply. I honestly don't have the energy to unload all of this feed today, so I'm gonna save it until tomorrow. This stuff stays good for like a year, so it can just sit and wait until I find the perfect horse to bring home. I don't have another auction planned for a couple of weeks, so this stuff can stay in here for quite a while if it needs to. Just because it's sprinkling, I am gonna cover it up for tonight though. I think Huckleberry is worried that I'm gonna leave him at home again. He is not letting me out of his sight. With all of the horses situated for the evening, I can finally go home and get a little bit of shut-eye. Although I didn't get a horse today, I am feeling a lot more prepared to bring one home, which will hopefully be pretty soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.